Dear students, in this video we are going to see the keynotes of the lesson or important points of the lesson. First one, need for political institution. The Prime Minister and the Cabinet are the institution that take all important policy decision. Who is making the policy decision? Prime Minister and Cabinet Ministers. The civil servants working together are responsible for taking steps to implement the minister's decision. What decision taken by the ministers that implementing by the civil servants like IAS officers, secretaries, like that. Then Supreme Court is an institution where disputes between citizen and the government are finally settled, that we studied in 8th standard already. Then we studied about parliament also. In democracies, an assembly of elected representatives exercise supreme political authority on the behalf of people. Our MPs or MLAs, they are working on behalf of us or people. In India, such a national assembly of elected representatives is called parliament, and both houses together we are calling it parliament, and two houses of parliament. In our country, the parliament consists of two houses. The two houses are known as the Council of State, that is known as the Rajya Sabha, and the House of the People, that is known as Lok Sabha. Then once again the name of two houses, first one Council of States, otherwise we are calling it Rajya Sabha, and Lok Sabha means the House of the People. The total number of elected members of Lok Sabha, that is 543, and 2 Anglo-Indian nominated members, because they are scattered here and there. So 2 members we are nominating. Total it is coming 545 members. In that 543 members are elected. Last lesson we have seen the number of constituencies and other things. Same thing. The total number of the members of the Rajya Sabha is 238 members, that is from selected from each and every state, plus 12 nominated members. Total it is coming 250 members in Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha 550 members and Rajya Sabha 250 members. In that 238 members, they are indirectly elected by the people, because they are elected from the states, and we are each and every states they are sending their representative to Rajya Sabha. Then comes the executives. At a different level of any government, there are various functionaries who take day-to-day decisions and implement those decisions on behalf of the people. We know the IAS officers for district level, or Tahsildar in Taluka level, or a secretary in Panchayat level, like that day-to-day decisions who is taking and implementing, and who is implementing the decision taken by the parliament or the legislative assembly, that also that are the executives, the people, those who are implementing things, and by taking they are getting the goal, main goal, and they are making the short-term goals to fulfill that big goal given by the parliament or in the state assembly, and they are making that implementation step by step, that is by executives. All those functionaries are collectively known as the executives. Maybe Panchayat Secretary, or the Chief Secretary of the state, or the secretaries of the department, secretaries of in parliament level. Okay, then comes the political and permanent executives. We are having two types of executives. One is political executives and another one is permanent executives. The one in which is elected by people for only a specific period of time is called political executives, like our MLAs or MPs or Panchayat president, or like that members are known as the political executives. It signifies the government of a country, means that is the government part. And the one where people are appointed on a long term basis called the permanent executives or a civil services. The people, those who are working for the permanent way, like IAS officer, IPS officer, like that member, we are calling it is the permanent executives. That also appointed, we want to listen very carefully, the one where people are appointed on a long term basis. Why we are saying like that it is appointed by people? Because our representatives only appointing them. That's why. People working for the civil service are called civil servants. Those who are working for the civil service purpose, they are known as the civil servants. Then comes Prime Minister. Prime Minister is the most important political institution in the country. Prime Minister, because he is taking the maximum decisions or implementing the policies with the help of other officers. Power of the Prime Minister. He chairs cabinet meeting. All the cabinet meeting, he will be the president of the cabinet meeting. He coordinates the work of different department. Health department is there, education department is there, then industry department is like that. Various departments are there. All the works coordinating by Prime Minister. His decisions are final in case of disagreement arise between the department. If there is some two departments, they are having some fight. Example, health department and industry department having some conflict, then who will take the decision? That is the last final word is by Prime Minister. Then he exercises general supervision of different ministries. All ministers work under his leadership. If there is all the each and every ministry supervising by Prime Minister, and all the ministers working under the leadership of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister distributes and redistributes the work to the ministers, and we are hearing that one after 6 months or after 3 months, some of the ministers in the central level as well as in state level, they are changing and giving to other somebody. For example, railway minister, after 6 months changing that person to industry department, industrial ministry, and making another some person to the minister of railway, like that changes doing by Prime Minister. So he is distributing as well as redistributing the work of the ministers. He also has the power to dismiss the minister. If the minister is not doing properly, then he can dismiss the minister also. Not MLA or MP, only ministership he can dismiss. When the Prime Minister quits, the entire ministry quits. If the Prime Minister is saying that I can't continue, if he is giving like that information to the President, then all the ministers or his ministry will quit it. Then Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers is the official name for the body that includes all ministers. All ministers together we are calling it Council of Ministers. It usually has 60 to 80 ministers of different ranks. We know cabinet rank and like the different ranks are there. So it is coming 60 to 80 ministers. Types of ministers: cabinet ministers, ministers of the state, and ministers of the state or deputy ministers. Like the three groups of ministers are there. First one, cabinet ministers. Cabinet ministers are usually top level leaders of the ruling party or parties who are in charge of the major ministries. Broadcasting or foreign affairs or defense, like that major ministry who is handling, like that ministers are known as the cabinet ministers. Then second type, ministers of the state with independent charge are usually in charge of a smaller ministry. For example, the what we can say, village development minister or social development minister, like that small ministries, it is getting to some independent ministers. That is the second type of ministers. Then third one, ministers of the state or deputy ministers are attached to and required to assist the cabinet ministers in the work. For example, the defense minister want to look after many things, so he may get 1 or 2 deputy ministers, and that deputy ministers are not independent. They want to work together with that particular department. Maybe one person is want to support 2 departments, like that conditions also used to make. Then next one, coalition government. Already we have seen that one in 8th standard. A government formed by an alliance of 2 or more political parties, usually when no single party enjoy majority support of the members in the legislature. For example, 543 members are there. No one is not getting the majority. Then 2 or 3 parties coming together and making the ministry, that is known as the coalition government. Then comes the president. The president is elected by all the members of the parliament, MPs, and members of the state legislative assemblies. All MPs and MLAs together, they are electing president. So we can say a president is not directly elected by the people, but indirectly we only electing president also, because MPs and MLAs are electing. Power of the president. The president supervises the overall functioning of all political institutions in the country. Means the executive, legislature, and judiciary, like that. Everything is looking after by or supervising by president. All governmental activities take place in the name of the president. If we are taking the passport, that is giving in the name of president. And if your parents having election card, if you are checking that one, that also we can see in the name of president. Or if you are having PAN card, if parents have PAN cards with them, then if you are checking that also in the name of president of India. Like that, it is giving everything, all the maximum functions or all governmental activities take place in the name of president. Then all laws and the major policy decisions of the government are issued in her name. In the name of the president only, they are issuing all the rules and regulations. All major appointments such as Chief Justice of India, the judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts, the Governor and the Election Commissioner, ambassadors to other countries are made in the name of President, or appointing by the President with the help of Parliament, and appointing by the President. And who are appointed by President? Chief Justice of India, the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, and the governors and the election commissioners, then ambassadors to the other countries. Then all international treaties and agreements are made in the name of President. Prime Minister is going and making, or the cabinet ministers are going and making, but everything doing in the name of President. The President is the supreme commander of the Defence Force of India. The top leader of the Defence Force, who is President. However, President exercises all this power only on the advice of the Council of Ministers. The President is doing with the help of the Council of Ministers. In that, all the ministers plus Prime Minister is included. Then comes judiciary. Okay. All the courts at different levels in the country put together are called judiciary. We know what are the levels of court: Supreme Court, High Court, and the District Court or local courts. We already studied in 8th standard. The Indian judiciary consists of Supreme Court for the entire nation, High Court in the states, and District Courts and the courts at local level. That are the levels of court. Then independence of the judiciary. Independence of the judiciary means that is not under the control of legislature or executive. This is the key point of the lesson. Next video we will continue with the lesson and reading and explanation.